Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back to the American 14-1 Straight Pool Championships. This is the 4:30 round on day 2 of round robin. 2 more rounds after this one, and then we'll go to single elimination. Up now on the TV table, Alex Pagulayan. Alex is sponsored by Ariel Carmel Custom Cues, 3-second cases, Behind the Rack, and Le Spot Billiards. His opponent, Ralph Souquet from Germany. Ralph is sponsored by Simonis Cloth and Aramith Balls, that's also sponsoring this event. Universal Cues, Predator Shafts, also involved with this event. Kamui Chalk and Tip, Vythe Corporation, Zento Brake Tip, and Adam Billiards. Good luck, gentlemen. Game to 125 points.
Here we go. John Schmidt, joined by Bobby Hunter, former World Straight Pool champion. What a match we've got here, Bob.
Yeah, this is a tough one to call.
Two very methodical players with too many titles to list.
No, I suppose I could put a link up there. The problem is the link.
Who do you like, John?
Well, the lag is more important on these tables than most because the tables are playing fantastic, and this will be a 3-inning game or less most likely. So I believe Ralph lost the lag, and that's a big advantage.
Yep.
For Alex right off the bat.
I kind of like going with the young guy nowadays anyway.
Well, I'm pulling for Ralph because he's a little older than Alex, and I'm old too. So I always pull for the older players. Ralph, of course, is still a fantastic player, and he plays straight pool about as correct as it could be played, I would imagine. I really like his game.
Yeah, both these guys.
Yeah, they both play very careful and smart, and they're just both fantastic players.
Yeah, you're not going to see a whole lot of gambling here on getting another shot.
Yeah, and of course, as you taught me, Bob, you know, straight pool is really just a game of who takes the least amount of chances and picks the balls off smart. And these are just two guys with extremely high pool IQs. They're gonna come to the table and do something smart and good just about every time. Fantastic conditions. We have dry air, polished balls, new cloth. So there's actually more pressure. I feel a lot of pressure playing on tables like this because you know if you make a boo-boo, you will not come back to the table most likely. So
yeah, Ralph, we're seeing a lot of high runs.
Yes.
Conditions are beautiful.
Oh, absolutely. Ralph knows he needs to lay down a great break shot here. No, well, he got a little fortunate that the cue ball hit the point and didn't come out a foot there. Alex has to make a good opening shot. Of course, he's going to check for anything dead. It's the first thing you want to do. I learned that the hard way. Every time you robbed me playing straight pool, you'd find something out of the pile and then look at me and...
Well, that was a long time ago.
Doesn't look like anything's dead, so he's going to have
Probably just going to lag this ball in.
And you got to hope the table rolls perfect.
Yep.
He's been playing a couple days now, so he's in dead stroke. I suspect he'll make this.
He shot a little faster than I thought he would.
Yeah, a tough shot. And Ralph is thrilled to see that. This is Ralph's thrilled face. Now he's a very, very nice guy, but a very stoic player, and you never can tell if he's winning or losing.
It looks like he's got a choice here of either cutting the 2 into that ball or the 12.
Yeah, you know.
The 2, you're not guaranteed to get something.
That's right, because the 2 can follow it in. I might shoot the 12.
The 2 could also hit side rail first and kind of move along the end rail a little bit. And you can't really play position on something that's not going to move here.
And the way the tables are playing now, you'd make Ralph a gigantic favorite from here. He figures to run 30, 40 balls. Right. Oh, good shot.
Yeah, that was the right shot.
I'd kind of cheat the pocket here on the 12 and get above the 2, shoot the 2, go into the stack. You think, Bob? I don't think I'd play to the 6. Oh, the 6 is okay. Not as much insurance built in here, but
I think you want to draw this.
hit the one and draw off the one a little
Hit
bit.
it a little bit
Yeah.
and get out of there.
Oh, he looks like he's firing this with high left,
He
right?
does.
Oh, that was a gutsy way to play it, but he hit it nicely.
Yeah, but you're not.
You're not guaranteed much.
guaranteed.
Look at this. That's
Yeah.
pretty unfortunate.
That's why I didn't like playing
Yeah,
it that way.
yeah, that's unfortunate.
Because you're just,
Yeah, you just
you're just trusting luck basically that you get something else to shoot at. Not that it would take a lot of luck, but a little
but-
bad luck.
yeah,
in that
sure.
Spot is,
Yeah, that was a big kind of roll in Alex's favor there.
yeah, he's got to feel good about that.
The way these balls are opening, though, to hit all those balls and have them open and come out to the middle of the table and get no shot is a touch unfortunate. Although I agree
Yeah,
with you, he
it
did
is.
not use insurance, which is what you taught me for years. You have to have insurance when you're going to run into him.
Yeah, I think I would have hit him softer with a little draw and come out where there's a couple
For
open
sure,
balls
right.
there.
Okay.
Might be able to shoot at.
Well, looks like he's going to have to duck
Bank
here.
this or play
Well, I
safe.
guess he could. Yeah, he could bank it cross side, but he's just in an awful spot here. I'm going to check the 9-11 eights.
Is there any chance, I can't see how they're laying right now, maybe he could tap the 14 over to the rail and kind of try to freeze the cue ball on the 9?
Force Alex to bank that 10, I suppose so. It looks like he's going to shoot this 3-ball combination, which, if it's laying on.
Not a big fan of that shot. I think I'd rather bank the 2 than do that.
Yeah, this has to be pretty wired for him to even consider this. And Alex just ran 125 and out his last match, so
He could just be looking at the 9-11 combo. I don't know if 11 passes the 8 or not.
I'm glad it's him shooting this, not me. This looks tough as can be.
He did play that shot. Wow.
That was gutsy. Oh, that's a disgusting feeling when you get an open shot and you're up 4 or 5 balls. I know the feeling. Ralph is such a great straight full player too that Alex dodged a gigantic bullet right there.
Yeah.
You're not going to get back to the table this often, this quick, very often with Ralph.
If Alex doesn't run at least 60 or 70,
Yeah, you
I'd
feel
be
like
surprised.
you'd be thrilled.
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Well, these are two players that are, this isn't their first match. They're used to the tables. They're both world-class players, so you're going to see fantastic play. The table plays nice. We're having several matches that are just 1- and 2-inning matches. Not to detract from the skill that's involved. I'm just saying that these tables they've really unhandcuffed the player's ability. You're seeing the true ability of these top players.
I think he's going to try and get a little angle on the 7 and kind of separate those balls next to the rack area.
Yeah, I was thinking he might even do it now off this orange 5. Kind of chip into the 7-9 here. You like that?
Well,
If you can.
I think he's. It depends on how much. Can't tell how much angle he's got here. Yeah, he's going to use the 7 to separate him a little bit, and he'll have either the 8 or the 14 to shoot next.
Yeah, he really plays methodical and correct.
9 and 1 are both potential break balls.
I would want to.
Better.
I would want to deal with this 14, 15, 10 pretty quick here. I kind of like him to roll forward and get the 15 next.
Well, the 14 was a great key ball if he could have shot something else and left that ball there.
Okay. You don't like the 4, 1, 9 kind of all as a little group at the end there? Those aren't bad, right?
No, they're okay too. But where the 4's land and where the 14 are land, we got 2 stop shots.
Okay.
The other rack.
He pulled a Schmidt right there, and just did not hit that like he wanted. So Still
got something to shoot at.
Oh,
At
yeah.
least. Not a 3-ball
Yeah,
competition.
right. A little bit of right-hand English. He's elevated, which adds a lot of difficulty. Great shot. Boy, he's tough.
I think you got to go 4, 8, probably 11, 15, 1 in here.
And we'll kind of kill this ball. Let the cue ball release. Right there we go. Nice shot. Perfect.
He could get fairly straight on the 11 up in the other corner. Oh, I guess that's
That was
the
a
13
13.
ball.
Yeah, he's going to have to make a nice shot. He wants the cue ball to end up right on the rail here. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, I guess he just...
I don't know what he was trying to do there. I don't know if he was trying to get on the 1 or...
I think so, Bob. I think he was just going to get on the 1, then the 13-9. But he's got his work cut out now. I'm glad to see I'm not the only one that does that and gets out of line. And this is
He's gonna shoot the 9 now.
this is quite difficult here. And you've got to avoid falling straight in on this 13 after you shoot the 9. Oh, maybe not. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Ralph dodged a big bullet again. Ugh.
Wow.
This game's just harder than it looks, you know. You
It's
just
just not what we were expecting to see.
No. Well, it kind of makes me appreciate the big runs because it just shows how difficult it is to run 100. Because here's two complete monster world champions, and struggling to get through a rack, but they'll get loose here in a minute. And Ralph knows this could be his last look. He better do something with this. I think he's forced to shoot this 13, don't you, Bob? And then play the 9-1.
Well,
But you don't want to give the table up,
really hate to
Right, lag one.
shoot the 13 and miss it.
Right.
Give it right back.
Yeah.
To us,
Oh my goodness, this takes
But-
guts to shoot this.
Yeah.
But it keeps the pattern so intact if you make
Yeah.
it. Oh my god, you know what? I'm wondering if this table's not rolling off because for his level, he missed that by enough to where I almost think the cue ball might have fallen off on a little bit.
I don't know if he really shot soft enough for a ball to roll off, though. It seemed like he gave it enough speed
Yeah.
where it wouldn't roll off.
I-
Generally, the tables are playing great.
They're
here.
playing
I haven't
great,
really seen the
But I
balls
really
roll off.
I really like to give a guy like Ralph the benefit of the doubt. He's just too good of a player. I mean, he missed that ball by so far, it almost seems like something went wrong there. Like it must have dove in a little bit,
Yeah, maybe.
Because he just isn't. I mean, he hit that ball like almost whipped the whole ball, Well,
The other thing is, both these guys, they know they're playing a guy
oh yeah.
at any time. This
Oh.
might be your last
Oh,
shot.
absolutely.
And so
Yep.
there's a little more heat on you. Than
Oh, a
if you're
lot more, yeah.
Playing a guy who figures to give you 7 or 8 innings.
Yeah, it's a different. When I play straight pull, I just feel different than 9-ball one pocket. You get that sensation of I cannot give up the table. And in other games, you go sit down. I'll be back at the table in a minute. But the straight pull,
Yeah.
you're going to get planted in the chair. Good shot.
Yeah, he got off the pack.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful.
Out in the open, plenty of shots. Now see, here's a spot where you can shoot this 15 and shoot the 12. You can nudge those balls a little bit with an insurance ball. You get the 3 there,
Yes.
so there's very little chance.
And
you
the
end up
6
with
even,
nothing.
really.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what Alex will do. He's too smart of a player.
See, in a situation like this, you don't have to hit these balls
Nope.
very hard. All
Nope.
you got to do is change them.
Just change him a little bit.
Yeah.
Ralph's so composed. He's made a couple little boo-boos, but it won't affect him. And the next time he comes to the table, he'll figure to do something. Yeah, that was nice.
He did give that one a little more
little
speed
more.
than I would have.
If you can, sure, open them. But it must have been laying just right for the rack to really stop the cue ball. I've always found it interesting how good human beings can become at anything. And you're getting to see, this is, like I said yesterday, this is the absolute height of human ability to play pool like this. And it's interesting to see how good a person can play pool. And these guys are the epitome of just, you can't be any better at pool. And they do it under the heat, too, which is, impressive, to say the least.
Yeah.
Well, see, this takes some courage to shoot this ball.
Yeah.
But he just fears nothing.
This is all confidence.
Yes, that's right.
And if you don't have it, you can't compete.
Yeah, you
at this
can't
level.
compete. That's right. So he's looking to see if the 8 goes by the 11, and if the 11 goes.
He's going to try and get in the 11 here, I think.
He really likes his Ariel Carmelli cue. Ariel's a buddy of mine from LA, makes great cues, and Alex has been playing with that for a while, so he seems real dialed in with it.
This looks pretty straight.
Yeah.
He's going to try and draw it out of there.
I think he's got to pinch it out of there.
Draw out for the 7, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, he shot the 8.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Oh, he's saving the 4.
Yeah. Yeah, probably 10-4 at the end, 11 or 13-4.
Well, he could go 10, 5, 2, 15.
Okay.
Or 13, whatever that is.
Yeah, that
See
works.
if he goes to 7 here, then the 10, then the 5 and a quarter, then the 2 inside, and then the 15. That's a workable pattern.
Sure.
I mean, it's not the only one.
No.
But it's probably the one I'd be trying to play.
Yeah, 2, 5, 10 at the end. He might shoot. He might even shoot this 7, 13.
No, I like 5, 2, 15 at the end.
Oh.
Go 10 to the 5 right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just get rid of the 10 now.
And then shoot the 2 on the side. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, now this is a stop shot.
Yeah, this is super
I mean,
stop.
you got to roll forward an inch and shoot the 2 and then the 15.
Those little shots there where you punch a ball in and get the cue ball to turn over 1 revolution, you recreational players out there would do yourself a favor to really learn how to do that, because to play great pool, especially straight pool, you have to be able to do that well. Punch a ball in, have the cue ball turn over a half a revolution or 1 revolution. It's harder than it looks, and it can get away from you real easy. These pros make it look like so simple.
Well, they're doing it all the time.
Yes.
And that's a shot that an old timer taught me back in Michigan years ago. Boy.
Yes, it's the foundation of great pool. Stop shots and then making the cue ball just
a
draw back and
stun where it rolls forward.
Right.
1 or 2 or 3 turns
yes,
of the ball.
you're in dead stroke when you start doing that.
Yeah.
Perfect break shot. I like this angle, Bob, because the cue ball really gets captured by the rack and it doesn't scratch very often. Hit this with high ball and just rip it. Because you're going into the
I mean, it is really the correct way to shoot it if the cue ball's closer to the rail than the object ball. But
he drew that.
He did draw it, and I kind of do that a lot too, because sometimes you hit that with a high ball, your cue ball hits the rack, goes to the end rail, starts traveling up the table, but it stays near that side rail.
Right.
And there's a bunch of balls broken up, but you can't shoot.
You can't shoot them. It's like a 1 pocket break.
The part of the rack that's left there is blocking any shot you might have. So unless you can get something to go to the side rail and bounce out, you can shoot in the side.
You're absolutely right. I've had that. And I'll tell you another way.
It just happens too much.
The corner ball comes off the end of the rack and meets the cue ball in the end rail and kisses it right in the corner.
Yeah.
But, it's not an exact science. But
I think that drawing it is a little safer.
Yeah.
I mean, even though conventional wisdom is follow that one.
Well, Torsten's won the big tournaments many times, and he hits that break with draw and hits it hard. So I'm open-minded. There's sometimes I just hit every shot with draw, every shot with follow, just to see what happens.
I like the way you shoot that shot when you're hitting them good with inside. When
just
when
whack
the cue
it.
ball's going to go immediately to the side rail.
Okay.
Goes to the side rail, comes back out in the middle of the table. I've seen you do that quite a bit. I'm usually too scared to
Right,
try
right.
that.
Yeah, I would only put a little bit of inside on there. It just depends on if I'm getting staked or not. You know, if it's our money and we're on a
Yeah. And on whether the stake horse is watching.
yeah, exactly. Tough layout here. He's got all kind of problems. The 1-8's a nightmare. I really don't even know what he's going to do next here.
Well, I think he ought to shoot that ball up table, and then the 2, then the 13 over in this corner, and he can go into that mess.
Oh, well, if that's possible. I didn't think the 13 went. Okay.
I think if he's above the 7 ball there, I think the 13 goes in the other corner.
Okay.
And then the natural path of the cue ball is to go into those balls.
Okay, yeah, that makes
He'd
sense.
shoot the 2, although...
And the
looking
2
at it,
looks
it's hard
sketchy.
to tell if
Right.
he has the whole pocket for that 13.
Yeah, for all I know, he can shoot the 1 in. I can't tell from our perspective, but
Oh, that might be possible too, yeah.
But see, the thing is, I don't get so wrapped up in patterns. What I always try to tell people is there's a million different ways to do it, but there's principles. You want to be playing close to your work, pocket speed, and if you can do that, you can run a rack at pocket speed on almost all your shots. You're going to do well usually, and have insurance, of course.
Wonder if the 6 goes.
Well, I'll tell you what, he just painted himself into a big old
He
corner.
may be able to make the 1 from here. If the 2 goes off the 11 into it, it might have to go off the 11 and you'd have to hit it pretty hard, I think.
Wow.
And it might not be any good anyway. Now that I'm seeing the overhead
Tell you a
shot.
safety, not a bad safety would be to bank the 14 and stick him right in there between the 9-12. I mean, if all else fails, right?
Well, I mean, I think he could
Oh,
just,
no, he
he could
can't
also
do it.
just kind of tickle the 2 ball, go to the side rail, and
Yeah.
roll up on it again.
Yeah.
I think that's...
Well, this is kind of fascinating to see. That's how straight pull is. Some matches it looks so easy they run 100 and out, and then this one looks like Chinese checkers every rack, you know.
yeah. Well, maybe you can see the 6.
Oh, I don't like this at all. I mean, this is super tough.
I think he ends up just thinning that 2 ball, and
Putting him over there.
I mean, unless he could clearly make the 6, maybe he's worried about what he's going to get shaped by.
Right.
He's banking to 14.
Wow. Gutsy.
This is, if you're playing safe on the shot, why call it? Why call the ball? I mean,
Oh, I think he's going for this, isn't he?
if you're going to play position here, then
I don't know what he's playing shape on. Oh, he just speared it right in there. What a shot. Oh, he's got his work cut out now.
I think the 11 passes and
You better
in a
hope so.
corner.
No, I don't think so, Bob.
Probably not.
And even if you lag this 7 in, it doesn't lead to anything. He's in big trouble here.
Well, he's not really in big trouble. I mean, he could roll into the 1 and tap
Right.
the 8 to the rail and leave
Yeah,
him
just
frozen
leave.
on
That's
those
what I
2
would
balls.
do. Ralph's too good of a player to just shoot straight up in the air. Wow, jacking up. Yeah, good shot. I like that. I mean, you gotta give Ralph respect. He's too dangerous. You like trying to shoot into the 1 and sticking the cue ball right on this 13.
Well,
Wow, can he shoot that ball on the side? Oh, it's super tough. Yeah, just stick it right there. This requires a lot of touch. What a shot.
good shot.
Now I think Alex will thin off this to the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah, but he can't get all the way over by that
'Cause the
corner.
12 would go on.
The angle he's on here, I think he's more likely to...
Oh yeah, the 12 would go, and the 9 might be dead.
I think he's got to... Can't tell if that... is that ball behind the rack, the dark one?
I'll tell you, this ball he's stuck to looks pretty close to dead on the side. I mean, it'd have to be thrown with left English, but no, he's not even.
He might have to hit this hard enough to get over to the side rail.
Right. What
Oh,
in
he's
the
going
world?
up table.
Oh, smart shot. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. If the guy makes a 7 on you, you just say, good shot.
Yeah.
And after the way he shot the last one, Ralph is questioning, is the table straight?
Yeah,
You know?
he's got to be a little worried about
Sure,
rolling a ball down
sure.
that direction.
This has been an interesting match, all these safeties, and, you know,
Yeah.
they both come to the table a bunch. This is kind of refreshing because we've been seeing so many 100 and outs. I might learn me something here, learn how to play safe a little bit playing straight pool. But, you know, when I shoot a shot like this, though, and the guy spears it in and runs 80, I figure, should I take in a foul, you know?
Yeah.
On this pocket size, you just really can't let these great players see the ball. Man, I'm wondering if this table is just not rolling off on him. I mean, he hit the dead left side of that ball, didn't even threaten the pocket.
No, the ball hit the other ball.
It did?
Yeah,
Gosh,
the 7 he was shooting, it hit the 11 and went to the side.
Yeah, and these tables have all been very level. I've played on several, but this one in particular, I'm wondering if it's rolling off because he's just too good of a player to hit a ball that bad.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking the pool room. These tables are magnificent, but you know, it's hard to get every table perfect every time.
Sure.
That was pretty straight.
That was a nice shot. Jacked up.
And the shot Ralph had was tough. I understand missing it, but he hit it like he hit the very left edge of it, like the cue ball dove on him.
I mean, it's a shot Alex left him on purpose. So
Yeah,
of course
exactly.
It was a tough shot.
But you know, if it did roll off, what's classy about Ralph, he's not crying to the crowd about how it rolled off. Most players have to write a novel about how it rolled off on them, you know. I mean, it's just he just goes and sets down.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
Well, that was a nice little kiss
nice
he
little
got there.
bump.
Didn't have to turn out that way. Okay, looks like the 12 ball is the break ball. How do you get to it? Play 6 and try and get up for the 13, or maybe the 11 and try and get on the 13 in the other corner.
Yeah.
Or the 15, maybe it is. I don't know. I can't tell the
Yeah, I think that's
color
the
of
13
that ball.
but yeah, it's a 13.
Yeah, you got to get where you can shoot it in the other. Oh no, he can come across and shoot it the same pocket.
Well, you know, honestly, the 7, 13, 12 at the end is not bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I don't know.
yeah, the 13 looks a little too close to the 12. Maybe no go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, little pocket speed job there. Oh, he's going to go 2, 13, 7, 6.
And may bump the 12.
Yeah, may bump the
hair
12
when
up.
he
I like
shoots the
that.
13. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
6 is a good key ball.
Yes,
for
my
break
favorite.
ball
One of
over
my
there.
favorites.
Oh man, he came down much further than I thought he would.
Yes, he did.
I thought I would want to be fairly straight in. On the
Yes,
13.
he messed up. He knows it too. That changes the whole program here.
I mean, you may be able to lag this in. No, he's shooting a 7 now. Yeah, I think the cue ball just got away from him there.
Well, it's little things like that.
Yeah.
You know, by world-class standards, that's a big boo-boo. And you see the recreational players, when they get out of line an inch, they remember their runs ending because they miss a ball. And it's really subtle things like that tie the big runs together, you know.
See, now he's going to have to get high.
Right.
High on that side rail so he can come 2 rails out of the corner to get on the break ball.
Well, if anybody can do it, it's this little alien right here. This guy here's got cue ball control for days. Nice shot.
Okay, that's good. It's just about where you want to be.
Yeah. Such a great player. I mean, you know, I kind of have a respect for the guys that are great at one pocket, straight pulling 9 ball and 10 ball and gambling and tournaments, and he is, you know, the epitome of that.
Sure.
Just plays everything perfect. It's kind of annoying.
Good shot, Alex. And he's hilarious. He entertains the crowd. He's good for the sport. And but he's just really tough to beat. That's the problem.
Yeah. Almost always smiling.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's just happy he doesn't have to punch a clock every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's worse ways to make a living. That's for sure.
But you almost have to be at that level.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, for sure. Oh, to
make
make
this,
it. To make it in pool. Yeah, you have to play like these guys
to
for
make
sure.
to make a nice living.
Yeah,
you
to
know.
make a nice living. Yeah. Now you like shooting this with high ball, draw,
No,
center,
draw
it,
this.
like draw it hard and draw it all the way up table in your mind. You're trying to
Well,
draw it up table. Because I like to doing that. I don't like drawing it off the pile 2 feet because then I end up going to the in rail. I'd rather like Torsten sucks it all the way back and back up.
Well, there's you can almost always do that.
Yeah.
If you want to be sure you're not
Yeah.
going to get stuck on the side of the
Yeah.
balls, but if you can read that angle real well and you know exactly which ball you're going to hit in the
You're gonna
rack
hit
and
the
whether
top.
you're going to hit the top side of it or the
Right.
bottom side of it, then you can afford to play that with just
Like almost
You know,
a check, like a
just a-
barely a draw.
a little draw, but hit it hard.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll keep you from scratching in the corner,
Yes.
and it'll get
Okay.
you off the balls, off the rack.
Yeah, makes sense.
But if you like,
Well, if my opponent's like on a foul, I'd shoot that softer and make sure I don't scratch. But like as a general rule, I like peeling off that rack. I see Torsten hit that 100 miles an hour with draw,
Right.
and he will scratch sometimes.
right.
But man, he also overpowers the match a lot of times with that break shot and just
Right.
robs everybody.
The thing about Torsten though is, he's not worried about missing
Right.
anything. So
Right.
even if he gets on the end rail, it doesn't bother
Right.
him. He still feels confident he's going to make that
Yeah.
long shot.
Yeah.
And not everybody has
Right.
that kind of confidence.
Once you're on the senior tour like us, you kind of think different, right?
What are you, like 37 now?
Yeah, 45. I wish I was 37.
Yeah, me too.
Well, you still look like you're 37. I hate you. All right, here he goes. I guess he's going to just stop there for the 14. Nice shot. God, he's got such a nice, compact little stroke. Very precise action. He doesn't do much with the backswing for power. He leans more towards accuracy, which has served him well. He has a powerful stroke, obviously, but he just only uses that when he needs it.
He uses more of his hand
Yeah.
than I like to anyway.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
You mean holds it like with more fingers?
no, I mean
right?
some of his action, some
Oh.
of his cueing action is coming from his hand, his
Oh,
wrist,
interesting. Okay.
And I don't know. It's just me. I try to
Do it with
keep my hand pretty still.
Oh, okay.
And let my lower arm, deliver the whole
I
stroke.
got it.
But if you watch him here, this would be a good opportunity because you'll be able to see his right hand. You see his hand, his wrist flexing back and forth.
Uh-huh.
His hand is really involved in the shot a lot more than some
Oh,
guys.
okay.
Like myself, I try to keep my hand out of it.
Yeah, like
just
dead-handed and
just
use-
shoot it with my arm.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it's kind of
my-
interesting that it can be done so many different ways.
Yeah,
but,
there's a lot of different ways. But my philosophy is, the fewer moving parts,
Sure.
the better. So if I'm just doing it with my lower arm and leave my wrist out of it, then there's
Oh, you're saying he has more wrist movement.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
much
see.
more than I would.
Oh,
than I
I
do.
see.
But maybe I should start doing it like
Yeah, I was
he
gonna
does.
say I'm thinking maybe we copy him. Just a thought. It's-
No, my way of playing served me pretty well when I was playing
of
every day.
course, yeah,
but
of course.
it wouldn't matter
Yeah, I know what you
It wouldn't really matter now how I'm doing it. I'm not playing enough.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a game you have to play with. That's such a difficult game. Pool is just extremely difficult, as we all know. Looks easy, but it's not.
I
just
hear
a
the
perfect
one ball's a pretty good
Sure.
ball, but there's no ball
Connecting
that's a
to it.
stop shot
Right.
to the one, which kind of reduces its value somewhat. I think I'd rather play for the one than the 15. Use the 15 for the cue ball.
Yeah.
So he'll go 7-6-1 or 6-7-1.
Yeah. I
Depending on
I
the
would
angle.
consider even shooting the one up in the corner and stopping and then shoot, babying the 15 in.
Right.
Because on this equipment you don't have to get in the
Right.
side
It
pocket.
depends on whether what kind of. Now, see, he's got angle on
Now
the
he's
6,
gonna
so
have
he'll
to-
probably play the one on the side now.
Right.
I mean, after the 6 ball.
Yeah, this
And
is
then
nice.
the only thing you watch out for here is make sure you don't go past the one.
Right.
You got to stay underneath it if you're not going to be dead straight in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his touch is so good. I suspect he'll land perfect on the one. Yep. That's right. Now come forward off the one a couple inches.
Yeah.
And Ralph's in big. I would say Ralph on paper is just a gigantic underdog from here. Yeah, Alex is at the table. He's got a nice lead. Got a good layout.
He's hit enough balls
Yes.
now where he's feeling a little more comfortable.
Yes. Yeah, Ralph's in big trouble here.
He got a little less angle than he'd like to have here, but still
Yeah.
workable.
Yeah, this is real nice.
Perfect.
Yeah. No, this is perfect here.
Now this one you do definitely
Right,
follow.
high ball.
Yeah. Then you got to try and plow through them.
Yeah, I like to hit this with a lot of topspin and let the keyboard just chew through the balls.
Yep.
The initial hit isn't what really opens them. It hits and then goes boom, 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 like spins through the balls.
Sometimes when I'm giving lessons, I tell the guy hit this with a high ball,
Yeah.
and he hits it a little high, but just high enough for the cue ball to hit the rack, and then go forward a little bit and stick on him.
Right. Yeah. No, you got to really let it go.
You got to plow through these balls. It's got to be a lot of follow.
Yeah.
A lot of power too.
Nice. Boy, wouldn't you just love that reaction?
That's how you.
But I mean, for the cue ball to just end up kind of perfect and straight in on something. Well, he's not really straight in on anything
Yeah, he didn't get a great reward here,
No.
but
for him.
he's got shots. I mean, he could shoot the 14, he could shoot the
No.
9 the side.
No, I like the 4-7-14 at the end. If he can maneuver his way around all those balls, right, without disturbing
Sure.
anything, that would
Yeah.
work, wouldn't it, Bob?
Yeah.
You could even go 2-4-7-14.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
that's-
possible to even nudge this brown 7 up a couple inches. I don't think he'll do that, but he has to make a nice shot here to avoid this brown 7 and not
Draw it
scratch.
straight to the rail.
Yeah, good
Oh.
shot. Good shot. Yeah, this guy's. Now I think he'd like to get the 11 out of the way pretty soon.
Yeah, I think he'll shoot that next 11, and then maybe bump the 6 and be able to shoot the 13 and the 3.
Nice shot it through the
Oh,
heavy
no,
side of the
no,
pocket.
No, he's going to shoot the 4, and he shouldn't.
I know it, but I think the 4 is a nice connector for the 11 possibly. So he figured, well, it's a necessary evil, but
It wasn't really though.
It
He
wasn't?
He could have dragged that cue ball down farther. He had
And
the
got
one
right.
in the corner easy. See,
that's
according to the way I would play straight pull. That's kind of a mistake.
Oh, that's one of the first things you taught me about leaving that little triangle. Now the triangle's kind of destroyed. We're not knocking Alex by any means, but we're just trying to help the viewers at home.
He's going to shoot that
Yeah,
combination.
he's gonna shoot the little combination.
I mean, it kind of looks like the 3 and 13 are frozen. Must not.
It must look good to him, yeah.
Yeah.
It must look pretty good. Okay. Well, what do you think about the 10-7-14 at the end? It's usable, isn't it?
Still usable, yeah. I like the other one better, the one you pointed out at first, because the ball near the rail was easier.
Did everybody out there hear that? Bob liked the pattern that I picked. That's rare. I'm just going to sit here and kind of savor that right now.
Hey, you got one right, John.
I finally got one right.
All right.
Now the 15, kind of got to get rid of that.
15's a little bit of an issue.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
You could go here. You could go 10, 15, 7.
Yeah,
Wouldn't-
actually, I like that. Yeah, that's fine too, isn't it? Come up for the 6 now.
Yeah.
Holy
Oh,
cow.
no.
Okay.
He's going to take the 10 off now.
Well, interesting. And he got a little anorexic on this 10 here, so he's going to have to come across for the 6. I mean, this will work. I mean, we're talking about one of the best players in the world. But to run
But there's a lot-
300, you want to avoid stuff like this, you
Yeah.
know?
What you're going to see now, though, is there's going to be a lot more cue ball movement
Right.
on his last few balls than.
Possibly, yeah, which he
Yeah.
knows to avoid. This is a missable ball in itself. Good shot.
I thought he should have gone for the 6, like you were saying after that.
Now, do you like coming upstream for this for the 15 off the 6 and then go 15, maybe 5, 3, 7?
I think from here the easiest way is shoot 6, 3, 5, and then come out for the 7.
6, 3,
and
5.
Save the
Yeah,
15
yeah.
for
Okay.
the last ball.
Okay, that makes sense.
So you get on.
But again, you have to kind of hit some points. You have to hit some positional spots. You know exactly.
He's got to keep an angle on the 5 here,
Yeah, there we go.
and then draw it to the side rail and try to get straight on the 7. I mean, maybe he could shoot the 15 right now, but I don't know if that helps him that much, and it's a little tougher shot. Yeah.
This is where I can go brain dead sometimes because there's 3 or 4 ways to do this. You have to commit to something,
Yeah.
and you have to like something and just go with it.
And I don't like what it looks like he's trying to do here. It didn't look like he was going to draw this.
Oh wow! Yeah, I
Maybe
kinda
he
like
is,
trying to
maybe he is.
shoot the 15 in the same pocket. Oh,
Well, he
okay.
drew it, but
Well,
he didn't.
okay.
Yeah.
And
he
nothing
didn't-
wrong with this, right?
Well, as long as see, he's got the
Oh,
wrong
he's
angle
the wrong
now.
angle on both of them, too. Yeah.
That's why I like going to the rail a little better.
Yes. Okay.
You don't end up underneath the 7 that way.
Yeah.
Oh, he's shooting 15 first. And see, he's made this tricky.
Just way tricky by that one little.
Now look what he had to do to get on his key ball there.
Yeah.
You want a stop shot, not
Right.
that.
Yep.
But you know, like you were saying, he executes so
He's
good.
so good that
Now the only issue is this is going to be hard for him to reach, being
right.
on the wrong side of the rack.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not as critical because for one, I'm dumb as a rock and I probably don't know the patterns as good as you. But I just, when I'm in tournament play, whatever it takes to stay at the table and hit those balls with make speed and a little outside English, and sometimes that'll tear up a good pattern.
Yeah.
But those damn balls will go in and you'll win those matches. And so I lean on that sometimes, you know. And
Do you know if he has a long cue?
no, I think he's playing with a standard length cue, which it is amazing because I wouldn't have thought he could reach this, but he can. He's a little spider monkey though. He gets up there on the table. I mean, isn't he? Oh, this ball come out. Thank goodness. Now he has to slide down for the 1, and if he misses this window, runs over.
I don't even know if he's got enough angle to do that.
Right.
I mean, he may have to.
I
don't
think
know,
he
you-
does, but this is one of those that the cue ball can just kind of get away from you here. This would be a heck of a good shot.
Yeah, because he's got to cut it a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
So he's shooting it in one side of the pocket.
See, that was a cousin of the shot we were talking about earlier, where you stun a ball in and get it to turn over. That's really what he did there,
Yeah.
and he did it to perfection. And it's much harder than he made it look.
Yeah. See, that's always been one of the problems with pool. When you're watching it on TV,
Yeah, it looks too
it,
easy.
it looks so easy.
Right.
Because great players make it look easy. you know?
Exactly. Well, like I said yesterday, when you watch bull riding, if you've never ridden a bull, you know that looks pretty hairy right there, what this guy's doing. But pool, you have to be a pool player to appreciate any of this.
Right. I mean, so many people at home are saying, I can make that
Oh,
shot.
I can make that easy.
I can make that shot.
Of
you
course.
Because they're playing such good position. They're
Yeah.
all easy
Right,
shots.
exactly.
Maybe not in this particular instance, but
Now he has to take a chance here, doesn't he?
Yeah,
He
I
has to
think so.
like punch and go forward into these balls and hope they kind of jiggle.
yeah.
This could be a chance for Ralph here. He got the 6. Okay,
Yeah.
he's in good shape now. Gonna have
shoot
to
the 6 and go up, bump the 5 maybe. Make it a
Yeah.
better break ball.
Yeah.
And you have a shot at the 11.
Well, I like
You gotta-
that because then you're playing high right on the 6, and you're going to make the 6 more often, less chance for a kick.
Yeah. The 4 is also a good break ball, too, if you want to shoot one behind the rack.
Yeah.
But he's going to need something to break those balls with. And
I kind of like the 4.
the
The
4
4 and the
is
6.
probably the best one to break them with.
Well, he's got to deal with that 7-10 big
What's
time.
he shooting here? Is he shooting a 4?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Well, I don't know. Now the 5 looks like the best ball to break those with.
Well, I mean, you'd use the 8 if you had to, wouldn't you? You'd probably just save the 8.
Where are you going to shoot the 8?
I mean, is the 8 too low, you think, for break ball?
No, I mean to break that cluster.
Oh, to break
near
the cluster.
pocket.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I
I
just.
think you got to use the 5 now.
Yeah.
You got to get the 11 out of there and get like a break ball angle on the 5 to go over into those balls.
Exactly.
Although it looks like you might be pretty straight on the 11 here, so that even that would be
This
tough to do.
this will be an amazing escape to get through this rack.
Yeah.
I would almost have to bet against him. I don't see him getting through this rack and on a break ball, but you know, he's such an amazing player. Wouldn't surprise me if he does it. But he's in big
Yeah,
trouble
If he can shoot this and come 2 rails up
for the 5.
to like the middle of the table, and now he's looking at the 5 and breaking those balls.
He's going to have to accept a pretty thin angle on this 5 to tear into those 3 balls. I mean, even if he did get what you're talking about.
Well, the reason he's got to have an angle because the 13 or 15, whatever that ball
Yeah.
is there, is in the way of getting real full on it.
This is interesting.
I don't know what that was.
I think he was trying to get straight out on the 13 and then get the 5, but
Maybe.
he's the master at these kind of situations. Though he's gonna like he'll punch the 2 up table and then probably shoot the 5 in and get above the 13, cut it in, go to the in rail, clip him open. He'll do something good. Like I said, he just finds a way.
This takes a lot of nerve.
Oh,
Whatever
it
he's
sure
going to do
does.
here. I'm petrified to shoot anything but
yeah.
the 5 right here, and that doesn't get you out. I
No.
don't think.
So he's gonna shoot this and
Maybe
go up to the middle.
If he gets in the middle of the table, he can shoot to 13 or 15, whatever that is, and break him. He's got to foul this and bounce off that side rail.
Missable ball, of course.
I don't
Smoothed it
know
right in.
Yeah.
And there's that angle. Like I said, he'll wiggle his way through. He's just a master. You're watching a real expert right here.
Now, you got to kind of clip these. You don't want to go underneath them at
No.
all. No.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Shot.
Now he's got to get on the short side of his other balls, which, fortunately for
Yeah.
him, he's laying just right
Yeah,
to do it,
exactly.
I think.
And then 8-2 at the end.
Yeah. This is scrambling.
Yeah.
Scrambling 101.
Oh,
by
totally.
Alex
But
Pagulayan.
he's really good at
Yeah.
wiggling his way.
Sure
Efren's
is.
good at this stuff too. When he played straight pool, I noticed he'd get in racks that looked impossible, and just every ball just.
Those guys grow up playing rotation,
Yes.
where you really got to do.
Oh yeah.
Come up with a lot of magic tricks. No, you just don't want to get straight in here. There, that's good. Just sneak past the 2.
Good shot. Just unhuman cue ball control. You're just watching somebody do something. A human being cannot be better at something than what we're watching here, you know. And I find that interesting as a competitor, how good human beings can become at sports, and pool included.
Yeah.
You know, you watch the top tennis players serve or Tiger Woods hit a tee shot. It's just mesmerizing. Pool maybe doesn't come off that exhilarating to the people that don't play, but for a guy like me, as much as I've played pool, I'm still impressed by these monster players. You know, they're so good.
Well, you're one of them.
Well, I'd like to think I have my moments, but when I watch these guys play, they just, man, they make it look easy. And if anybody knows how hard it is, it's me, right? I know. Yeah, he's so solid under pressure, and Ralph too. Ralph's won a bazillion titles.
Yeah.
So high ball here, hit it pretty firm. That way the cue ball kind of stays underneath the side pocket.
Right.
Perfect.
Yep. Very nice.
Nice shot.
Well, he kind of got screwed
Yeah,
there.
he did. He might not be able to shoot the 9.
Well, he can shoot the 4, but
Yeah,
he's
but
jacked
it's-
up over a ball,
right.
froze into it. It's not the shot you're hoping for.
No, as a pool fan, I'd like to see Ralph get a chance to come back and run a big number and make this match close. So I'm not pulling against Alex, but I'm kind of rooting for Ralph at this point.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting thing, and maybe it's something I shouldn't think about, but when I get in this position, like for Ralph, for me, I kind of accept I'm going to lose at this point, so the pressure's a little bit off, you know, and all Alex can do is screw up and hand the match back. So when you get in this position, freewheel, because, I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? You know, you're probably going to lose, so go ahead and just go down swinging if you get a chance.
The most important thing for Ralph when he's sitting in the chair there is not to start thinking negative thoughts. You can't
Which I never do. I know you're right.
Because, you know, negative thoughts and tense muscles go
Right,
together.
they go together, don't they?
And positive thoughts and relaxation, you know, they go together.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
What?
you know, if
He
you
just
do
looked-
if you do get another chance, you want to be ready to do
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
You got to be relaxed,
Sure.
and ready, and thinking positive.
Yep.
If you do get another chance, so that's the best thing you can do while you're in the chair, is think. You know, you're going to stay confident and relaxed, and that way, if you get another shot, you can make the most of it.
Well, there's nothing cooler in these straight pull tournaments than when somebody's way behind and then they come back and
Sure.
run 90 and out. I think that's really cool. When you win the
Yeah.
match, you know, 125 to 123 or something.
Yeah.
It's legendary stuff.
Yeah, and you know that's not going to happen if you're sitting there
Right.
stewing in
Yeah,
the
right.
chair about
Sure.
how the last ball you missed, or you know how you gave them this opportunity, and you got to forget it all. It's all in the
Yeah.
past.
Well, you know, when you're tall and good looking like you, Bob, it's easy to just be optimistic all the time. But most of us just sit there and go, I hate pool. This sucks. Now, he's in trouble here. He's going to have to make a great shot playing all ball fouls. And, you know, he's not super tall. So this is going to be, yeah, he's in trouble here.
You know, I see him use the bridge a lot. I don't think feels that comfortable shooting
No.
left-handed.
What in the, wow, he just banked it cross side. Well, okay. Mosconi just rolled over and screwed. I mean, like, that was pretty gutsy.
I don't know if he's got any angle here or not on this one. He kind of would have liked to, like, bust
Chipped him
something
open.
loose in that.
I
pack
think he's
there.
going to go up into him right here.
Yeah, there's.
I think you kind of have to at this point. You wait too long and you figure the three's your insurance, right?
Yeah, I mean,
It's not ideal,
I
but
can't tell if the 10 passes the 15 and goes in that corner. If it, yeah, it does. So
Okay.
he doesn't really have to go.
no, he
into
doesn't
them.
have to.
He can kind of.
Yeah, you're right. He won't. He's going to go up around him and shoot the 10.
Yeah.
Smart. Yeah, like I said, he's just got a high pool
He's
like
got two balls
right?
to shoot at over there.
He's not going to do dumb stuff.
Yeah. Now, if he's got angle on the 15, he shoots it. His balls will separate
Yeah,
nice.
and he'll float down for the 3 possibly, or even that. Perfect. Well, maybe not perfect,
He got
but
funny angles on him, but they did separate.
he's the best though at looking a little bit disgusted, you know. But you know he's just torturing you, and he's going to get out anyway. He'll kind of shake his head like Siegel used to do, and then go ahead and win the tournament.
God, you know who used to like drive me crazy with that stuff is Mattia.
Oh yeah.
You'd be playing him, and
Yeah, he'd make you
he'd
think
shoot
he's
a
hooked.
shot, and he'd get down, he'd look at the balls, and squint, close
yeah.
one eye and
Oh,
everything,
yeah.
and shake his head like he
And
was,
then shoot it right in.
yeah.
I know it.
After looking at it for like 2 or 3 minutes, then he'd just get down and fire it in. And you'd be in the chair thinking,
I got
I'm
a
going to get a
chance,
shot,
right.
I'm going to get a shot, and then he'd just shoot
No
it
shit.
in. And
Yep. Now this is where I think you have to use the 12 as a key ball because you're going to have to go 3, 7, 10, 12,
you
right?
can't come back down
No.
here after, what are you going to shoot one of these,
Right.
go up for the 12, and then come back?
No, heck no.
No chance.
Well, I'd have got rid of this 3 first, though.
Well,
Huh.
I think he wanted an angle on it where he could easily stay on the 10.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not knocking his pattern or anything. I just kind of thought the 3 was laying good to get rid of it. But at this point, you just have to go with what you know and what you like. And if you're shooting pocket speed and stop
Ooh.
shots, that's good.
Well, yeah,
I
that
think
is
this
good,
is
but
perfect,
I
isn't it?
thought he would go up high and take the angle off the rail. But
I kind of
you know,
like this, right?
you can always
Now-
tell
now this is
when you're
interesting, though.
shooting better than somebody on the side.
Do you like to fall like that? Or would you have come the other way where you punched the 12 in and went to the rail? I like this myself because this is natural to go from this 12 to the 14, 1 rail or 2 rails.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, either angle is okay. It's just
Get an angle.
a lot of times it's a matter of which one am I more
Okay.
sure to be able to control. If he would have tried to slide up for the other angle and he goes a little too far,
Then
he's got a thinner cut than
Right.
he wants,
Okay.
and so there was no danger of that happening the way he played it.
I'm writing all this down, Bob. You know, right?
It's okay.
That's okay. You'll bill me later. 95 to 1. Well, high ball. I just go ahead and blast this. I'm seeing a lot of the players now. They warp this thing.
I don't know if I'd hit this with a high ball.
Really? Well, don't you
Maybe
have to
more
even
like-
hit the balls?
Well, maybe so. Maybe that's a little higher than I thought.
Yeah. Oh.
No, he's got the 13.
He got the 13. Yeah.
That's
I'll tell you though, he's
kind
got to
of
make
it's kind of a reach
right.
for him. But,
and he has to make the 13 and hold for something else.
Is the 3 ball dead?
If it is, he'll shoot it.
I mean, it's close. It must not be that
Boy,
close.
look at how long that bridge is.
Yeah.
He can really reach. Killed it. Uh-oh, he hit it like my ex-wife, little chunky.
Well, that's what that reaching does sometimes.
Boy, that's brutal when you do that. Come on, Ralph.
Well, match just got a little more interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, Alex, he's got to it's hard to do, but you got to forget about it
Yeah,
right away. 'Cause
yeah.
it's past.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't do anything about it. You got to try and stay positive in case you get another chance.
Now, would you even consider shooting the one with a lot of inside and going into the balls and just kind of...
No.
No, okay, cool. I knew you were going to say.
I mean, you could clip the side of those
Yeah,
balls
and
and
just do
scratch up in the
anything.
corner,
Yeah.
or who knows what. You just get back to the table
Yeah.
after sitting in a chair all
And then
that
you
time.
got to shoot some spinner or something.
And meanwhile, you watch him do it.
I know, right?
Oh man, I don't think I would have done that either. But he's got the 6.
Got the 6. Once he removes his 6, that's going to solve a lot of issues. I love how Ralph plays. Man, he's so steady. His backswing is so smooth under the pressure.
Yeah, he's got to get that 15 out of there too.
Yeah.
Let's see that.
Oh, he's in trouble here. I mean, he's straight in on this ball. He's going to do really well to get through this rack.
Yeah, I think he should have tried to go 2 rails and back up for that 15.
Okay.
I mean, that opens up the 2 and the 5 to use for either. You could use the 2 to break the rest of the balls out.
What is he going to do here? Oh, boy. Oh,
He's going
boy.
for the 5.
Good shot, Ralph. Nice touch, buddy.
See, it's tough. You can't really break those balls
No.
with the 5.
No.
So,
No, he
now,
can't.
you know, if the 15 was gone, then he could have gone up in that general area there and shot the 2 and broke those up and left the break ball.
Oh,
the
yeah.
5 ball
Oh,
would be
yeah.
the break ball.
Well, now he's going to have to shoot the 5, then the 15, and then get on top of him and shoot the 2. I would suspect that.
But how do you do that? How do you
Well-
hold? How do you hold for position on the 15 without knocking the 2 out of there?
Well, I would just
Is he that straight?
yeah,
on the
I would just
5?
let the cue ball move to our left 2 or 3 inches.
Well, it's
If he
okay. He's
can.
okay then. If I guess, I mean, he's sort of okay if he can do that.
He's got the extension on his cue too, which is tricky.
Yeah. See.
Oh, okay. Well, now wait a minute. He has a dead
well,
ball.
2's
Yeah,
good on the other side
That's
now.
right. And he has a dead ball on the 3.
Well, if the 3 was dead, why didn't Alex even look at it before?
Right.
And now this is tough because if you try to break them right now, like with inside or something,
Oh, he
then you're
gets
not
stuck.
guaranteed you're going to get a shot.
No. No, I think the 3 is dead. He's all in on this 3 ball.
Okay. Yeah, called it.
Oh my
Ooh.
goodness, he must have. Well, he wasn't dead, man. That's such a.
Well, he didn't
Such
even
a
hit.
dis-
He didn't
no.
even hit the 7 first. He hit that other ball, the pink one. He hit that first, and the cue ball barely took the 7.
Yeah.
He didn't really catch the 7 ball
Yeah.
first. I don't know if he was planning to play it that
Right.
way or.
No, I think it just, and like we said, we talk about every shot in pool is just an educated guess from past experience, and he took an educated guess there, best he could, and it's not always going to work out. And
Well,
again,
hey, and a lot of these things, just a very, very slight
Right,
mishit on a
right.
ball makes you look like a moron.
oh, of course,
and it really wasn't that huge of an error,
right,
but
a few millimeters.
It looks like it was.
And it's just a testament to how hard pool is. Here's a world-class player, and he missed a shot you figured he'd make. So,
yeah.
just something you have to deal with. You're not always going to have everything go right. And this is about as animated and dejected as you'll ever see Ralph. He might look up and roll his eyes a little bit.
Wow.
Now, Alex tried to create angle there that wasn't there. And again,
Yeah. You got
pool is just harder than it looks because the layperson would say, well, how could he miss that? Well, real
trying
easy.
to get your cue ball to
Right.
go somewhere specific.
That's
and,
right.
There's a good lesson in that. You figure out how to get the cue ball where you want it to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're ready to shoot the shot, you got to go back to focusing on pocketing the
That's
ball.
right, yes.
And if you have to hit the ball harder to make your cue ball go up there, that's what you do.
That's
you
right.
don't cut the ball more.
That's right, yes. Yes, because the collision that gets you shape is not always the collision that makes the ball. And there's a fine line between doing them both right. Now, that was a nice shot right there.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
this is rare
There's a
when you'll
lot of-
see, like Ralph's getting right back to the table after a boo-boo, and that's a huge momentum swing because in his mind, he kind of wrote the match off. He figured, well, I've just blown them. Holy cow, I'm right back to the table.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see how he deals with this.
Yeah. My opponents go through that a lot.
They didn't used to, boy. I know that. You play straight pool as good as anybody when you played all the time. Your decision making was really good, and it's who I was fortunate to learn from you. So I really love how you play, and I really love how Ralph Souquet plays. I've watched him play quite a bit of straight pool, and he plays it very correct.
Yeah. We might get a chance to
yeah,
see that.
you
yet
might
out
get
of
rolling.
Ralph. This is like a free shot for him.
Yeah, totally
You
a
know,
free shot.
Should feel like very good right now. Maybe he'll get loose. This is one of those ones you follow.
Yeah, follow it
A lot
and
of
whack
speed.
it. A lot of speed, a lot of top spin. See if he holds his head real still. Well, panned away, but I'd suspect he did. Nice shot.
Yeah, you hit it high, but
Yeah,
you
you
hit the
did.
top side of a ball, so it came back up to the rack.
Look at how nice they opened, too.
Yeah.
This might
Yeah,
get him
it's-
rolling a little bit here. Now that 9-3, I really consider those kind of unhelpful stragglers. They're laying up there. They don't really connect to nothing. I'd be wanting to get rid of those pretty soon. Untie a couple lanes here.
Well, I don't know if you, I don't know if you look this far ahead at things like, but I always do. Like the 1 is a usable break ball.
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
The 4 or the 8 would be good key balls for it.
Okay.
Now, I'd like to at some point knock a ball up on the opposite side rail, so
it's a nice connector
lead
to the 4, right?
Connector to the 4 or the 8.
Yes.
So at some point, if you could break the balls in such a way as to bump one up on that side.
Well, this
rail.
is going to be a shock to you, but I do actually think that way because I learned from you. But and I'm sure
You
Ralph
can't always do it.
No, he can't always do it. Oh. He might. Well, I can't really tell what he's thinking here.
Well, he might could shoot the 11 and
Chip him.
I
and
don't
then
think he's quite
right.
straight in. He could bump the 15 toward the pocket.
See, I like shooting the 11 because the 8's insurance, and you can push something over to connect to the 4 later for the 4-1 in pattern.
Right.
Yeah, see, he's such a smart player. He just thought of the same exact thing. He's
Well,
been
besides
around.
that, he can probably pick these balls
Yes.
off.
Now he can go 15, 8, 6, open them all up.
He could go 15, 14 also.
Oh, okay.
You know, and attack that group of balls up.
Yeah.
Because those balls are just laying a little funny.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of hard to get at any
Now,
of them.
how do you like dealing with that 9-3? You gonna leave those till the end and use those for a key ball, or it's doable, but
Yeah, it's not the worst thing.
No.
Those aren't really critical
okay.
problems for
No.
you. You know, the 9 is easy to get on. It leads to the 3 pretty easy.
Okay.
You know, I wouldn't worry that much about those.
All right.
You know, I'd be more concerned with
I
these
get
balls
this
down
little-
here. I
get
wonder
this.
if that 6 passes the 12.
It better. I don't
Well,
think
mean,
it does. I think he's
he
going to
could
shoot the 8
and then the 6.
Yeah. Okay.
But see, he's going to end up leaving himself with a key ball that's not.
Now you always hear the old timers talk about with a score like this. Who do you like, the guy with 100 balls or the guy shooting? I mean, the way the tables are playing, this match is closer to even money than you'd think.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, it is.
And I'm not trying to say when you run 100 out, oh, that was easy. But, you know, Ralph is a great player and he's at the table.
Yeah,
He figures to be right in this match.
yeah.
Oh,
And I mean, the other issue is, you know, it's not like if he misses, it's automatic loss
No, it's
either.
not an automatic
Alex
loss, right.
still have to make some balls.
Right. Boy, Ralph.
He didn't
Put himself
get
in
so
a
great
spot.
right there.
No. Now you're gonna hate this, but this is what I would do. I'm shooting this 5, and I'm going right towards the 9
Yeah.
because you can't scratch if you hit the 9. You can only scratch if you hit rail first and scratch off the back of the 9.
Well,
Because you got to make this ball, you know.
yeah, you turn
Right.
the cue ball loose so much, though.
You do,
I almost prefer shooting the 9 here.
Okay.
And just letting it rolling
That's
it
what
in.
he's gonna do.
You know?
Rolling it in. Oh my
Oh,
God,
yeah,
boy, you're
you got
braver
the
than
3
me.
in the side next.
I'm pinching like the cue ball. I'm gonna hit with 6 o'clock like this and make it let go. Oh.
Yeah, see, you just like
Good
pretty
shot.
much lagged it in.
Yeah, he sure did. That was a nice pressure shot there.
Yeah, he wanted to hit it a little thinner though, which there would have been a little more speed on the cue ball. He'd be better on this 3.
Right. Oh,
Yeah,
it made his
just-
heart skip a beat, I'm sure, because he kind of
So now
wobbled that
this is,
night.
this is all like kind of screwed up here. He's got to go from the 3 to the 4. I think that's the 4, the pink ball on the
Yeah.
side.
Okay,
Yeah.
good shot.
And then the 5.
Well,
And
I
then
think he has to come down for the
He's
fifth.
going to be trying to get on his break ball from one of those balls underneath the rack.
Yeah,
So there's going to be some cue ball movement involved.
right. I think he has to go down for the 14 here, Bob. I think it's a little
he
thin.
didn't get a straight. I quit looking at this shot here, but he didn't get straight on his 4.
I like to hit this with a little bit of right English to avoid the skid. Nice shot.
See, now he's going to end up. He'll end up pretty good on
Yeah,
the 14,
yeah.
I think, and just cut it in and go straight up table for the break ball. if he can go from the 12 to the 5.
Well, I'll
here.
tell you what. Now, this is well, no, that's not laying right for that. Well, he's getting on
he's
the
got
14.
he's got the other angle. He couldn't go from there to the 5 very
Okay.
easily. So now he's probably going to go 2 rails around the 1 to get shape on it. Shoot this 14 and slide up a little above,
Okay.
a little above the 5.
If I can cheat this 14 and come straight up, I would, but which is what it looks like he can do. Okay,
Yeah.
this will work nicely. I like this key ball. I think this is a pretty decent position
it's-
for him.
It's. I mean, if that's where your ball is, you
Yeah.
got the cue ball in the right place
Yeah,
for it.
yeah, sure.
I think he's going to go 2 rails. Yeah.
Nice shot. Get up a little bit. Oh, nice shot, Ralph. Boy, he's such a great player. Just nice touch. He's got a lot of heat on him, too. I don't know their records, so I don't know how crucial this match really is, but, you know, they're trying to win. So I'd like to hit this with high ball, and again, really stroke it, hit it.
Yep. Spread them apart. Get your cue ball out of the area.
Ralph's playing with about a $30,000 cue, from what I understand. The cue's pretty amazing. Oh no!
Oh.
How does the cue ball go straight up that way? I think
Well, he hit the top side of
Oh,
a
he's
ball.
okay.
You hit the top side of a ball, and if you hit him hard like that,
Yeah.
that sends your cue ball up into the ball above it,
Yeah.
and from there it goes to the end.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Torsten likes to draw those, because if you draw that a little bit, it's got plenty of speed on it, bounces off the end rail, comes back down. He's good here though. He's got the 8.
You like just.
No, I don't
Kinda
like
hold-
rolling it.
No, no.
He won't want to roll it either.
Well, I mean, what about getting on the 10? He's just going to smooth this in and try
Stop
to get on
it.
the 10.
Stop.
Just
Yeah.
like that, shoot the 10. Ugh.
And this isn't
No, I'm not.
fun here either, but I mean, he could shoot 5 in the side here.
Ugh, you couldn't put a gun on me to shoot that 5. I
Well,
mean,
if you're going to hit the bottom of the 2,
yeah, that's
you
no
know,
good either. But I would shoot this 10, and if I don't get a shot, I figure it's just not meant to be. Now that, well, okay.
that cleared out. He's got
Yeah,
the
thank
12 on the
goodness.
side.
Okay, he's off and running. Nice execution. Got to deal with that 6.
But see, you hit the back of that ball like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
If you hit it a little bit different,
It could
the
have
cue
gotten
ball
that
could roll up onto the
Right,
15,
right.
Or the 13, whatever that ball is over there. Or it could hit the bottom side of it. And, you know,
Well, it was one of those things where he just had to weigh his options of I have to pocket the 8, and that's going to leave me the 10. I won't miss the 10, but I don't know where the cue ball is. Because you hate missing a ball trying to get these perfect patterns. And
Yep.
I'm guilty of that sometimes.
Yeah,
And sometimes
all
I
of
go,
us
you
are.
know, just make the damn ball. You know, stay at the table.
Yeah.
I think he'll fall forward and play the 6 next.
well, he may shoot the 14 before the 6.
Oh, yeah, okay. I like it.
Clear out that
Yeah, I
get it
like
away
it.
from the 11.
Okay. Could you even draw into the 6 here lightly,
If you're
laying right?
if you're laying real good to do that, there's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
Because you really don't want to have to shoot that 6 in the
No,
side from
no
an
way.
angle like that.
He's going to the 11. Ugh.
Jeez. It didn't turn out like he wanted it.
He might take a crack at shooting it now.
You know, if he goes from here, I would have to think about going 11,
I'm trying to get under, like,
11,
behind
4,
it. 11,
11, 4,
4.
then maybe the 7 and try to go 2 rails into the 13 and 6. do that while the 2 ball's still on the table.
Right.
Well,
Some insurance.
did he get there on the 4? And then you shoot the 7, go 2 rails.
2 rails and
those
graze them.
balls.
Yeah. Yep, Alex is going to regret not putting him away because before you know it, the score is going to be pretty close. It's very possible anyway. And the way straight pull works, I've noticed, is for every inning that you run 5 and 8 and 12 and you struggle, something big's coming. You know,
around him.
You know.
Well, you know what he can do here too. The 5 could be his break ball. He could use the
Okay.
15 to get on those balls,
Yeah,
or,
right,
or
right.
separate them.
Right.
Actually, just if he
Well, how-
could just shoot the, if he could shoot the 2 here. I'll see now. He's like kind of married to that 15 for the break. He's looking at swinging over from the 3 and breaking them up. But I think he should shoot the 2, 15, 6,
2,
13,
6,
and then
13.
use a 3 as a key
Okay.
ball for the 5.
Yeah.
If he just stops here and then shoots it, that ball in the corner and stops there, and then he's got the 6. Then he can go 13, 3 and the break ball.
Yeah, it's kind of cool when you untie these racks like this and work your way through real tough racks.
Yeah. You can't get too focused on your plan when sometimes it's going to be just too difficult, and there's another option there that's a lot easier.
He's not out of the woods yet. I mean, he has to hit this 6 and land on this 15 that puts him on the 3. So he's got his work cut out.
Yeah, looks like he might have got a little straighter
Right.
than he should be on the 6. Yeah.
Oh, nicely done.
Yeah, he can finesse draw this
I
back.
think he can
for the
finesse
3.
draw. Right.
But this is one of those shots where you could miss-hit it
Oh, yeah.
pretty easily because it takes a touch
Oh, yeah. And when you're under pressure, these are the kind of shots that are just super
to hit it softly and draw it up high enough for the 3.
perfect. Wow, how did he hit that? Great shot, Ralph.
Yeah.
Now bounce off the rail. Bounce off the rail and get the cue ball.
It's just a matter of what you can do. I mean,
Right.
can you do better bouncing it or pinching it?
Well, I
And
think he's got to
that's-
bounce this one.
Yeah,
Well, maybe not. I don't know. Oh, good shot.
use the whole pocket
Yeah,
there.
he did. Nice shooting. The Kaiser. It cracks me up when people talk about players being, 45 or 50 years old. This isn't weightlifting. I mean, Efren Reyes ran 125 and out. Tom Walters ran 125 and out, and they're
Tom
60.
Walters is 72.
He's 72 and did it. So, it's not slam dunking in basketball. What's cool about pool is you can play it well till you're 70, 80 years old.
I wonder if anybody older than 72 has ever run 125 and out in a tournament game.
I doubt it. I've never
Against
heard.
Efren.
Yeah, no, I doubt it. And then Efren's 64 or 5 and ran 125 and out. Isn't that
65,
right?
yeah.
So it gives me hope. He's drawing this, so he's gonna really hammer this. Uh-oh, he took the subway.
Watch out.
Ah, that's
Watch
the
out.
worst. Got go in spin on it
Watch
too.
out,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's scratching. Well, I've been playing straight pull for over 20 years, and I still cannot figure out when that's going to happen because, pool balls are not blocks. They're round. They're not square, so it's very hard to gauge where exactly everything's going to go. And it's just
It's
part
really
of it.
hard.
Yeah.
You hit the ball at that speed, it hits.
Yeah,
It
two
hits
balls.
a
and
certain
right.
part of a certain ball in the rack, and if you even think you got it figured out to the
Right.
point where you're going to scratch there, if you hit it a little softer, you don't hit the exact
Right,
same
right.
place in the rack.
Right.
And the cue ball reaction might be completely different.
Well, I think he got 2 clicks there. When you drew back, you hit one ball, and then it clicks and hits another ball and changes the direction into the corner. And it's just one of those, it's not your day when that happens.
Yeah, and that's
But I think he shot it the right way because he might shoot it just like that the next 4 or 5 matches in a row, never scratch. So,
yeah.
but just not your day when you're going to scratch there.
Well,
Now, if Alex was on a foul, I could see Ralph saying, well, I'm going to shoot the break shot a little softer in case I get stuck, but I won't scratch, But as a general rule, you're going to hit that break shot hard.
yeah. You don't want to take the
big
chance
chance,
that that you're going to beat the guy to the shot in a safety battle.
Well, Alex still needs a couple racks, so this is far from over. I've seen matches like this come down to where a player will need 20 or 30, and they take 4 more innings to get them, and it's just a heart attack the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Then you start playing safeties, taking fouls, and
Well, Alex and I played a game in 03 for big money. We played a 300-point game of straight pool, and he beat me 300 to 298. You were there. I didn't eat or sleep right for about 2 weeks. I had him 273, 173, and I found a way to blow the match. And, man, was that exciting, though. That almost got people interested in straight pool a little bit,
yeah, it was a great match.
It was a great match. It was fun.
Yeah, you definitely should have won.
Oh, yeah, I had him buried, and, man, those last 2 balls, he kind of, like,
One
wiped your
little
feet.
mistake
Yep,
at the end.
Yep, I hooked myself with 2, needing 2. Just for 4,000, no big deal. Money's no object when you run a minimum wage empire like me. I'll be fine. He's got to do a little something here. The 2, if you shoot the 2, I kind of think he has to shoot the 2.
Yeah, you can shoot,
Unless he's jacked up over the 15 or something. But
shoot 2-7 and get a good
Yeah.
angle on 15. And if you don't, you get another shot at it by shooting the 3 ball.
he just looks
Oh,
like
he
a-
went. He was going straight to the 15
Yeah.
all the way with
Now
that.
he's going to go right into the 11 here with a little bit of draw and figures the 13s is insurance, but they're going to open so good here.
Yeah, the danger is here. You might not hit the 11th.
Right,
You
you
might
hit the
clip the 9.
9, and then who knows what's going
Clip
to
the
happen.
9, then hit the 11,
Yep,
then go
yep.
down into the 6, hit the 6 full, the cue ball stays right there, then you're in trouble.
Right.
So, and following this, I think, is
Safer.
Safer.
See, it did exactly what you said. It just kissed the wrong balls. You had no idea what's going to happen.
well. That's why the follow is a good option there, because you know your cue ball's getting out of the
Yeah.
area.
Okay.
You're not getting stuck down in there on those balls.
Yeah.
You may end up using the 6 to come across into the 9 to break them. Not right now, obviously, but you shoot the 8 and then cut the 6 in and run this cue ball into the 9. I think I like that option best of everything he's got here. Might have to pinch that 8 a little bit to
Right. To stay on the 13.
you want to keep a nice angle on the 6. No, I'm talking about shooting 8 and then 6.
Okay.
Shoot the 6 and run into the 9.
Oh. No, I kind of like shooting the 8, 6, 13 and remove all them, and then the 9 has clearance, right? Well, he's got a different idea. His ideas are usually pretty good, so I'm just going to watch and learn here. He's made sure the 13 passes. Now, once this 13 passes, he'll go 6, 13, 3, 9, I would think. There you
Well,
go.
it looks like
Right?
looks like that is what he's planning to do.
Which I like this. This is
I wouldn't have wanted to wait this long though
No,
to break those. I
no.
would have done it with the 6 so that you can make a plan for what you're
Right.
going to do for your break ball and everything.
yeah, that
While
makes
there's
sense.
still more balls on the table. And going from the 6 across into the 9 ball. As long as you hit the 9 full or on the top side, you're okay. You hit it on the bottom, you could get in trouble, but you know, he should have enough control to be able to hit the top side of the ball.
He'll just hit this with bottom left, and the cue ball will probably just come right off the pile to the side rail.
Looks like he's rolled.
Nice shot. Uh-oh, he didn't want that to happen. That was a little unfortunate.
See, now he's broken the balls up, but you know, where's his break ball? Where's his?
Well, I might go 14-1-5 and roll into the triangle and take ball in hand on the 7. It's not ideal, but you know, it's maybe usable.
It's definitely workable.
Usable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have much else.
From here, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
That's probably his best option for sure. But you know, like I was saying, if you break them up a little earlier when there's still more balls on the table, you know, you're going to have more options at this point.
Yeah, he's in a little trouble here.
See there, when he broke them, there's 4 balls left on the table, and you got to try and make a plan out of that.
Oh, he's just going to come up for the 7 now. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this worked out.
Yeah. Might go all the way down to the end rail. That way he makes sure he gets down there. Yeah, I like that. Use the rail as a speed guide. Perfect. Shot. Another 10 balls.
This angle he has here, I mean, from our vantage point, looks like one where if you hit it too hard, you could have a problem.
I like hitting this with a ton of draw. And the cue ball hits the side rack and just draws right around.
I don't think you're going to hit the rack if you draw it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, he hit it with top.
Into
Oh,
it,
nice. Nice shot, Alex. And he's the big favorite to win the game.
Yeah.
He needs another 9.
Now this, you got to hit it with a little speed.
Yeah. Nice shot. Yeah, that's
Good shot.
that spells doom for Ralph. And you know, somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. It was Alex's day. Ralph had nothing go right the whole match.
Well, Alex just bumped a break ball out. Looked like he was doing it intentionally. He doesn't need that many.
No. Yeah, it's so ingrained in us to bump out break balls that we almost
force a habit.
like a force of habit. Yeah. No, he's a little out of line here. Well, now he can shoot the 8. This is okay. Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah, and then the 2. Shoot those break balls off as soon as possible.
Yeah.
There's so many of them, though.
Right.
By the time he shoots them off, he'll be out.
Yeah.
How many does he need?
Oh, another 5 or so. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate the support, and Bob for jumping in here. It's great to hear from you. You're a very smart straight pull player, and it was fun doing this with you. I'm going to go have some dinner and get ready to try to win my next match. You guys take care.
Yeah. So long.